Welcome back to the POPcast. What's up, guys?
Hey, guys.
What it do, baby?
Yo, first of all, I ain't good.
What's
Come on, guys, Speedy.
What's
wrong?
wrong?
What's wrong?
Today, I had 3 posts in the morning at 10. One of those posts was about a show we did in Durban called Rhyme Time. The other one was about a friend of mine's, Temabanga's Insta Live that he did yesterday. The other one was about Zinga's listening session that he held on Insta Live.
Oh,
All of those 3 posts have been deleted from my account. And I don't know why. So I'm obviously tripping, assuming that it's a hacker. But the posts were so beautiful. They were giving props and telling history. And I, for the first time, wrote in small letters.
I saw that. That was a beautiful caption. I even commented on that post with Zinger.
I remember. They all gone. So now I've just written and posted that there were 3 posts on my account. Everyone who was there knows what's up, but now they're not there anymore. So
Did you write it in caps?
no, my posts I wrote in small letters.
No, this one. Did you write
This
one?
one I wrote in caps.
Okay, it's gonna stay there. Don't worry.
So I mustn't trip.
But
That
that shit is scary. I understand what you're saying. That shit is so scary. And it's annoying. It's like,
But maybe were you? Oh, it's a post. It's not a video, right? It's just a post.
It's not a video. It was all just posts.
I wonder.
But it's tricky now because also you can't repost it because also now the
I'm
engagement.
gonna repost it.
Are you going
I'm gonna repost it.
no, fuck
There
the
was nothing.
engagement.
There was no swearing. There was no nudity. I was talking about hip hop, dog.
Yeah. Hip hop a dog.
But why does this thing happen after what we've been doing over the weekend? The digging you've been doing.
But
What happened?
I don't dig. It's the other guy. They don't even know I'm involved.
Okay, cool, perfect.
What's this about?
Yeah.
What digging is this now?
Read your. We found some leeway into Fagaza.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll dive deeper into that Fagaza issue a little bit later. But
Yeah, we needed a lot more time for that.
yeah, but as PD said, hip hop or dogo, and hip hop seems to be fire flame emojis this weekend, huh?
Too much.
What's happening? It's
I
hip hop
had,
it's in his feelings, ne?
hey, dude.
But it's nice because I like when hip hop is topic of conversation.
Okay, so let's get straight to business. So obviously there's a, well, it's not obvious. There's a J Molley and a Big Hash beef that seems to be happening. To give you a bit of the back end of the story from what I understand is Jay mentioned something about putting Molley and Muesli in a casket in a song, and Hash didn't take it.
No, wasn't it Hash? Wait, wasn't it Hash who mentioned that?
Hash even had a whole breakdown as to what happened.
Sorry, I'm getting my words mixed up.
Yeah.
Hash said that in his verse, he said something about Molley and Muesli in the casket.
Mm-hmm.
And then I spoke to him on my radio show last night. He says he then spoke to Molley and said, hey, I hope you don't take it in the wrong way. He spoke to him before he released the song. This is what he said on my radio show. I'll put the link up when we engage. After that, it turned out to be that Molley was actually touched. And then he said, I think it was 3 lines in his song that he dropped last week. And then Hash obviously came back with a 16 on Stogie's Freestyle Fridays, a whole 16 dedicated to Molley. And then on my way to radio, Molley dropped a response. And I was having Hash as a guest. So everything I'm telling you is because I guess I knew little bits and parts of the story. But yesterday we spoke and I asked him all the questions. And that was his response, that he initially did speak to Molley. So he was surprised to get a response because he thought he didn't take it in the wrong way, the same way Muesli could have taken it in the wrong way, kind of a thing. So that's what's happening with them. I know there's some things that have happened in the past. It wouldn't be fair of me to speak of them. But what I will say is that I know that they were friends. They had a friendship even outside of music, even outside of rap. So I was very surprised to see that things have come to this point. So I was saying to them, like, look, I know everyone's like, oh, it's exciting, whatever. But I don't think it's nice for people who are brand new in the game, who literally have their whole futures ahead of them. Because the problem with the beefs is that you're going to be labeled like that forever. And go ask Casper, go ask AKA, yes, it's cool, got everything exciting. But at some point you grow up and you're just like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, don't mention my name with a certain name kind of a thing. So that was my little 2 cents to them. So yeah, that's happening as we speak. And I asked Hash whether he's going to respond. And he said, yes, indeed, he's going to be responding to J Molley. So yeah, we should expect that anytime.
He's definitely going to respond because after Jay's response, he dropped artwork, basically, of a song that he's going to be releasing. I think the name of it is Biggie. I'm not too sure. I'm obviously just paraphrasing here, but Hash is definitely going to respond. And he also posted like a note on his Twitter page, basically explaining the story, his side of the story, of how everything kind of transpired, which speaks to what Speedsta just said now. So obviously, if you go and check it out on Twitter, you'll see that. My thing is, it's also tricky because it'll always be a he said situation.
No, let's be honest, Noni. Let's be honest, guys. This is hip hop, right? Hip hop is like a contact sport, right? It's like rugby. You know what I mean? Noni, Speedy, Scoop. If I say, yo, I'm better at the podcast than these guys, I'll kill all of them. You would be in your feelings, without a doubt.
Yeah, but in rap,
there's no
you're supposed to say in rap, you're supposed to say you're better than the next guy.
And then what happens? What do you do as the next guy?
You rap and show him that I am better than you.
So that's my thing. So Hash knew what he was getting into. He knew what he was getting into.
You know what I think? I think because J Molley had been doing the kind of music he was doing, Hash thought he could say that and get away with it because Molley won't have the lyrical prowess to respond. But surprisingly, Molley did respond. And what's crazy is, and I love both of these boys, but in this round 1 fight, I want to ask you guys, have you listened to both songs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who do you say won first round?
Look, unfortunately, even Hash said himself when I was speaking to him on my radio show, he said, I'm not going to let a guy body me. So I think...
answer the question, Speedy. Answer the question.
No, Molley came in hot. I mean, I asked him about a certain line.
Okay, so you must be star.
Wait. I'm answering your question. You
got it. You said Molley got it.
No, but listen. So I'm saying that the reason I'm saying Molley got it for me because there were certain things that he put in a rap song where I was like, shit, it got me thinking. And one of those things was where he mentions you're even dead to Uncle Ricky. So I asked him, I said, what do you mean? Like, what does that mean? What did you mean with that line? Or what did Jay mean with that line? I was speaking to Hash and he was basically explaining how it came from something that was old, where something was supposed to happen with him and Ricky, but I guess they just weren't on the same level in terms of the thinking, in terms of where they were going with this whole thing. So I, like, as a consumer, I didn't know that. That's why I say, like, shit, Molley came in really, really hot, because now I'm like, it got me thinking, like, what are you talking about? That's why I will say Molley went in hot.
Yeah, we were going to get to the breakdown of why you thought he won. I just wanted to find out the score. Cosmo?
Nah, I got to explain. I got to give the full explanation.
For me, with regards to delivery and prowess, for me, it was Hash. I thought he came through hard, and I didn't expect it to come that way as well. Also because, like, you listen to Hash's music, and, like, yes, he can rap, but, like, he's also, like, a soft guy, you know what I mean? So for him to come that hard on a Friday, I was like, oh, okay, sharp. So I don't know. I see J Molley's reply, and I give him his props, but for me, Hash was hot.
VG?
I'm gonna go with Molley on this one. Do you want me to explain or what? Or
I don't think you need to explain, Papa.
Okay.
Now you want the explanation, Scoop.
No.
No, I said I don't think you need to explain.
Oh, okay.
I said I will go with Molley as well.
Okay.
Yeah, don't explain.
You know sticks out the first opening line on the Molley joint, where it says, "Oh my gosh," I was just like, "Oh shit."
Where he
You know what
says
I mean?
usually he's training for a bitch, he just didn't think the next one would be you.
Yo,
So he said something like that.
yo.
Like,
Because Molley is always trending for girls. It's always the ladies.
So the first thing was I wanted to find out the score. Then I wanted to go back to Speedsta and ask the reasoning. And you said your reasoning, right?
Yeah.
Cosmo, you said your reasoning. VG?
Yeah, for me,
Your
obviously,
reasoning?
my reasoning is the first opening line. It actually got my attention. You understand? Then you also start to think, damn, with a quick turnaround time, right? And for Molley to actually do some sort of research like that and put into the content, I was like, okay.
And
he's got
switch the
content.
beats.
And so, yeah, the production, obviously, with PH and them, you know, you could hear it. Then you're like, okay, cool. I think Molley just surprised me. I know Hash can rap, you know. When I heard the Hash one, I was like, oh, shit. It's interesting. I didn't know what to expect from Molley. And when Molley delivered, I was like, oh, shit, damn. Now it's about to get interesting.
It's definitely
I also think Molley killed it because of research, information, facts, or facts as it is in the song, because they could be denied or reverted by Hash when he releases this new one. But in terms of the structure and blow by blow, I gotta give it to Molley. Of course, he surprised everybody.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And how is he saying that the goons, like, oh, okay, not bad. Anyway.
And then what I want to know is, now Molley is saying that it's turning into a racial thing. Have you guys seen any of that?
It's happening. I think most of it is happening on social media. It's basically all the Twitter commentary. You know how people can be when it comes to rap, where people start like racializing things and saying certain things. But also, they also mentioned like 8 Mile references in both of their freestyles, if I'm not mistaken. So I think that also kind of comes into play somewhere there. But I don't think Molley was hurt by the 8 Mile reference.
It's because Molley put the cover with Hash's ears, because you know Hash generally has like big ears, so he put the ears like huge. So people are saying he's referencing Hash as a monkey.
No, guys, wait. Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't see
Wait. There's 2 ways about it. Did Hash respond say you should have rather used the word kefir?
No.
So that was a fake post or what?
No, he posted that and he deleted it after, but people had already grabbed it. But what I'm saying to you is that outside of words, so it goes beyond words. It's I
imagery.
I think yes, that's what people were like. You're putting big ears on this person, implying that he's a monkey. It's weird.
Monkeys don't even have big ears.
It's very weird. It's very, very weird.
They do have
Really?
If I was Jay, I'd tell him, all my goals have been black. Come on.
So it could be that thing of sorry, Nonny. I think it's the post that or Hash posted with the using the term kefir. Maybe I don't know what you call the Hash fans, right? Maybe with the Hash fans felt like, hey, dude, now you done, you know, because using such words, you could intrigue something. Do you understand? So
what did he say?
I think he tweeted that you should have used the word kefir or something like that.
Yes, but he didn't reference, so nobody knows. Do you understand why I say it's not necessarily from something that was said? It could be an image that sparked. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I got what you're saying, Speedy, and you're right.
Yeah, could be.
You're really right. I didn't even think about it like that.
Could you really deduce that imagery and say that he was referencing a monkey by making his ears big, as opposed to just like making fun of the fact that he has big ears?
I don't think so.
I just looked at it as, he was just mocking his big ears. For me, it wasn't a racial.
Maybe I need to go listen again. Maybe they probably will say maybe J Molley used the term nigger or something in his raps. Maybe it could be that they feel like, okay, you shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, but nigger is not necessarily like it's not a
derogatory. Man.
It is.
In South Africa.
It is. Well, it depends.
Not in South Africa.
It depends for who. It depends for who.
Okay.
There are people who usually don't like the term nigger because maybe it could be those South Africans that their parents were probably in exile and they probably taught them what this word means. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where the term nigger is not a good word, right? But we use it as hip hop because we've made it okay amongst ourselves. As a black, well, when they say a black person call another black person a nigger, easier. But for a person of another color to say, yo, using this term, it's actually bad.
Cosmo, way better.
Right, Speedsta.
Did you just answer your phone?
Yeah, I ordered Speedsta.
I was born in it.
No, it's because I'm hotspotting.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's getting a bit blurry, and I see where Jay's coming from with regards to saying, okay, this thing is kind of crossing a line, because I think the guys were having fun. And that's why I was even edging it on, even on my Twitter. And I was like, yo, it looks like we've got a new school thing going on now. Whose side are you on? And I was busy retweeting everybody because for me, it's fun. Like hip hop is competitive. And I specifically said, it's not about fighting. This is about rap. We just want raps. And I think the guys also knew in their heads, this is just fun because it's about raps.
Yeah.
But the moment it became racial, I think that's when things started getting a bit awkward.
Have the fathers?
But who made things racial? Was it the public? Who made things racial?
I think
The
it was
public.
The public. Okay, cool. It's hip hop,
Which
guys.
fathers are you talking about, Vigi?
I'm saying, have the fathers commented on this beef? Because I don't know who's father. So
fathers?
have they said anything about this beef? Just the daddies,
Nah.
you know, the guys will say we birth these kids.
We'll have to see how it plays out. But now listen, did we talk about the Tellaman and Tshego beef? Battle.
No.
We did, right?
We spoke about
Battle.
the fact that it was going to happen because it happened the same day we dropped the POPcast episode. So we haven't spoken about it post the battle.
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of it?
I didn't watch it, I'll be honest.
Scoop was there for 5 minutes and then he exited.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, I'll be honest.
He was violent.
Tellaman didn't look like he wanted to be there.
I was also very disappointed. He wasn't prepared at all.
No,
I
think he was prepared from a song list perspective because he didn't hesitate when it was time to play a song.
His battery died, Noni.
No, but you're not listening to me.
I'm saying to you, he wasn't prepared. You're trying to tell me from the song, his battery died. You know you're going to do a battle from your phone in your car and your battery is dying. What do you mean he was prepared? I don't care if you prepared for the songs or whatever. You weren't prepared for the show. At the end of the day, there's 1,500 people watching you guys.
I hear you.
Guys, maybe this battling thing must come to a pause now, eh?
No. I think the battles are fun. I think they're engaging, especially for the people who are watching. I think for the people who are also reminiscing on the catalog. Because one thing that came out of the battle with Tshego and Tellaman was a lot of people didn't realize how many hits they're actually on. And that was the dope part for me because people started respecting them more after that battle. Because they're like, oh shit, I forgot you're on that song. Oh damn, you were actually that person. Oh my gosh. And the respect was there because a lot of people were doubting it prior to the battle. They were like, ish, we don't know if it's going to be hot. The post after that, as much as yes, there were technical glitches, the music is what people appreciated afterwards. And they were like, yo, Tshego, props. And they gave Tellaman his props as well.
So it's the
And
education.
I just wanted to add on that.
Yes.
I also wanted to go on to see, because I didn't think they had that many hits, but obviously they did. Secondly, I was really disappointed in Tellaman's demeanor. He was hiding from the camera. He just seemed like he didn't want to be there. He just seemed like he didn't want to be there. I'm speaking, Vij.
I hear you.
Speaking, dog. He just seemed like he didn't want to be there, Yabo.
Yeah.
And for me, as a fan watching, I was like, then let me bounce. Vij, go on.
But Scoop, you do know Tellaman's character, guys. Let's be honest. Scoop as Speedsta, you know Tellaman's character.
Yeah.
It's Tellaman like that in real life. It's Tellaman like that in real life, guys. It's Tellaman like that in real life. So that's the thing. So you know, he's that person. So for me, it's like
very introverted.
Yeah.
He's that person. So you know what I mean?
VG.
Yeah.
VG. I understand that, right? But you need to also understand from a consumer's perspective, right? You would rather sit in a dark car where you switch all the lights off and maybe just have a little red light just to give it a bit of ambience and then just play the music. Let the music do the talking. We don't have to see your face or what. You can find ways.
Yeah.
We find ways. It's dark now, but I find a different angle to present. So when I'm speaking here, I'm not like, I don't wake up and shoot this thing from my bed. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
Aye, what are you saying? Come on,
I want to second what Speedsta is saying.
Okay.
We all understand that people have different characters. We spoke about Yanga on the show, and he's being a different character, but he's made a way for himself to be out there. We spoke about Jay Molley on the show and how shy he used to be. And we spoke about him coming out of that shell. I'm not also saying, and I love Tellaman, I've been a fan, but I'm saying, I'm reiterating Speedy's words. Bro, somewhere down the line, you need to put yourself aside or find a way to keep yourself, but please your fans. At the end of the day, you are here to make music for fans. You're not here to make music for yourself or your clique.
Mm.
And with that said, I don't want to just speak about the battle. Tellaman has also been signed by Motown overseas.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got an overseas deal. Now imagine in the States when he goes there with the character.
Yeah.
It might be tricky.
But you know what's crazy? You'd find that when he gets to the States, the character somewhat comes out. Like, I mean, look, I speak in a certain way as well every now and then, but I'd like to think that when the moment I open my mouth, you can hear I'm from South Africa. But what happens with a lot of guys is like, even when you're watching the lives, it's like the guys are speaking like they're from the States.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very like, it's cool, whatever, it's hip hop, but it's like, okay, whatever, like, bro.
But I don't think that's what Scoop is referring to. You're
talking
about
like, listen, I'm getting to my points. My point is, you find that when they in that space where they can speak like that and they don't have a speaker that's like, motherfucker, you from fucking KZN. Yeah. That's where they seem to blossom. That's where the personality seems to come out.
For me, Speedy, you have some point there, but also because I know the type of character that Tellaman is, you know, I think as probably maybe being the people, his friends around there, wherever he was, I would have said, bro, it's either you're going to do it like this and encourage it, you know? I think that if your friends are supposed to say, like, tell us, so when you do this, try to do it like this, man. That's it.
Here we go.
That's it. But I guess maybe this is a learning curve for him also.
Yeah.
But the fans definitely want to hear a little bit more from him. The fans definitely want to engage him with his music, and they want to kind of, you know, get to know him. And I thought this was one of those things where he'd be able to do that, but clearly not.
Definitely.
Next.
So it's crazy. I think we're on the live last week. Shout out to you guys. All of you guys are out there in the live chat, eh? We're watching the podcast with the POPcast.
Well, Scoop came in like the last 5 minutes.
Scoop. This time, please be the first one in the live chat. This Tuesday. This Tuesday, please be the first guy in the chat, okay?
I will, my brother. I'm sorry. I will. I was busy laying pipe like my name was Mario and Luigi.
Hey, I got Mario right here. Super Mario.
Noni, you are supposed
Thanks
to
for that
control
TMI,
us.
but nonetheless.
Noni, see, you are a protector here. You're supposed to control us, you know? So anyway.
I know.
Someone said, actually, he wanted to know why does the hip-hop industry in SA do not have touring structure, etc. Actually,
a touring circuit.
Yeah, touring circuit.
Because it's expensive.
Yeah. Done.
I don't know. You know what? I think obviously because we engage a lot with international media, and you see all these people like with tour buses and things like that, everybody kind of assumes we're on the same financial level as what's happening in America. You could be from like one part of the States and be popping in your one little state and just literally tour around your one state and
colleges, high school.
Do you know what I mean? But in South it's different. But I do think some artists are trying to adopt it. It's not easy because financially you need to put a lot of money behind all of those shows. You need to put a lot of money behind the touring bus, the team, the band, if you're going to have a band, whatever the case is, and you need to pay all of those people.
Yeah.
So that's
Nasty's probably the one person that's done it the most successfully with the Iverson tour.
Yes.
Shane Eagle did it with Yellow.
Yes,
Shane
I was
Ego,
about to
but
mention
I'm talking about scales now. Like in terms of scales, Scoop.
Yeah.
Where it's really, really a thing of. You remember a couple of years ago, the guys were doing it, and I remember Casper was doing it leading up to a fill up where he was like, "I'm not taking shows until fill up." Right? I think it was probably the first fill up the dome. It was
Yeah.
like, "I'm not doing shows for however many months. I'm gonna perform at fucking fill up." So what I mean by the most successful one we've seen is the Iverson tour, because Nasty really, really can not do any other shows but just his Iverson shows in every city. And the reason he can do that is because the shows are so successful that they actually even probably make profit. Where you find with a lot of big shows, if you know anything about shows, you don't make money off shows.
Damn.
Okay.
Also, I mean, with the scale of things, I remember, I knew that, I mean, South Africa hip-hop is still a bit young. AKA has a great methodology of touring when he has his birthday as well. And he also had, remember back in the day, he had the super mega show.
Oh,
we went to Durban, Cape
That
Town.
was me. Yeah. Super Mega Show was me.
It's also about the fact that the audience is still a bit tiny. I think the audience can get bigger if the guys really go out there and try. And shout outs to the youngsters. These young kids are touring. Those high school shits, they some tours. You know, they're opening up the market.
So if you look at America, right, the American one is solely based off, it's either the clubs or it's either they're doing varsities, right? So it's festivals, right? It's festivals, varsities, you interchange into whatever as a touring thing, you know? I do think that maybe our education systems, our vets and the institutions our vets, our UJ, you know, they no, not vets. Sorry guys, vets.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, it's not vets, vets.
I was gonna
vets.
say I was like
Vets. Okay, I said it like Utaki. But anyway, so for me, it's one of those that they probably do not help us out in that regard, right? Where, as imagine, you could do the whole from UCT all the way up to what's the Limpopo one?
Nelson Mandela, even.
No, Nelson Mandela, I will PE, but like Kwakodi, you know what I mean? You could do all of those institutions, you know. But I don't think that they probably would allow us. And number two, our brands don't invest in us as well. Do you understand? And yes, at the end of the day, it's not to make money, it's for your branding, but also we don't have the money to plug in because our brands would rather not invest in A, B, and C, but they'd rather go with the option that's easiest. You understand?
And also, I want to say this. If you can't go to varsities, they have nothing to do with this because the varsities take money from whoever is giving them money for venues. So leave the varsities out of it.
Yeah.
It is the brands. The brands. The apparel brands that hip-hop guys wear, the liquor brands that just want to do enough but don't want to go all the way to support talent. Because if Bits gets a proposal from a company saying, I'll give you this much for your hall, they will allow it. But you can't expect a varsity, which is also a business, to be philanthropic about their venue. It's a brand and money that speaks. And look for a tour for some niggas, I think would be in a better position. But that's just my thinking.
But also, I can't even, okay, I hear you guys. It is definitely about brand investment. I think that's why I said in the beginning it's expensive because at the end of the day, you need to believe in what you are putting out there. And that's why we can commend the people like Nasty with Iverson as well as Shane with the Yellow Tour because they did that out of their own pockets. And for me, I also don't want people to always rely on brand investment for them to want to do something for their own brands.
That's true.
Like sell CDs, make T-shirts, do something to make the money back so that you can invest that back into your brand. And you can, in my opinion, approach the varsities if they feel that they're just going to give you the venue for free or like sometimes they have like those outside patios. It's not necessarily like you're going into a hall or whatever. It could just maybe say outside there by the grass. I went to UJ. the SRC, trust me, because the SRC is student-based, and you come then you say, I'm this artist and I want to perform to these kids, they probably know who you are because they listen to the same music. They'll make a plan to make you come and perform there. I used to see a lot of performances when I was still a DJ. Yeah. I just think it's about the way that you engage with the SRC, because they wouldn't have a rag week if they didn't believe in the artists.
Okay. But the rag week serves the Vits. Rag week is for Vits. They make the money. That's why they have it.
Okay, but
they would not let an artist come into it.
But
the point I'm trying to make here is self-investment.
Okay.
The point I'm trying to make here is self-investment. Pick up the phone, go and see those places, make a negotiation. If you think it's that important for you to have this touring circuit for you to see the students, how did Nasty be able to go to varsities as a precursor to his tours? He was able to do that as well because he went in, had a conversation, performed at the varsity, and then pulled that whole crowd to come and watch him perform at Iverson in the same town.
I understand that, Noni, but pulling a crowd from a varsity is different from having a tour at the varsity, which is where I was coming
But he performed there.
Yes, Noni, you can perform during those recess hours, like they have BlackBerry activations and those things. But it's different from having the tour at the varsity.
Well, Scoop, if you think
and I do agree with you. Niggas will buy expensive clothing, niggas will buy grills, niggas will buy jewelry, and then can't invest in themselves and the tour. Which is why it's a big shout out to niggas that have invested in themselves. I'm shouting them out, and I'm saying that they could do more. But I'm also saying that our brands could do more too.
Definitely. It is to the brand, and it also is to the artist, because I think that some artists have a long pan, you know, and some artists have a great team. You understand? They've got people who are well connected and people who can be able to cover 1, 2, 3 because they have the resources. You understand? But there are some artists who don't even have those type of resources. And for me, it's like, cool, that's where I blame the brands, or I blame I don't blame them, but eventually they should start doing it. But you don't have to do it at the varsity, you could do it at the corner pub. You can actually tour pubs.
You're right.
I'll do Shepins and call it the Shepin tour.
I'll go as far as saying that I don't blame the consumer, but the South African consumer is also very difficult, because I'll take a small example of social media. Imagine the amount of followers that you have was the amount of sales you project, or the amount of people that will come to your shows. Because if that was the case, it would be a completely different story, because even though you don't have resources or whatever, you know that I could book out a theater. I've got 1,000 followers. The theater takes 300 people. I know I'm going to promote this thing, and at least 300 of my followers will buy tickets and everything will go well. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way, you know? So we also got to understand, and I say this because I'm also a consumer of things. I'm also a fan of South African hip hop, and sometimes as fans, we just also aren't loyal, you know? We're here, we're there, we're all over the place, and that has a big effect on everything else.
But
I want to also add on the fact that what you're talking about, VG, to go to pubs and stuff. KO was starting to go to these small little shisanyamas last year.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. Like, niggas always think, huh?
How small are they?
Well, they're not small,
but it doesn't matter. It's about the start.
Yeah.
AKA started performing to 15 people. Niggas got booed off stage. Now they got views on bass.
No, I wasn't.
There's always a start.
I was saying, you're saying these small chisanyamas, and I was trying to think those small chisanyamas. Like, what do you mean small chisanyamas?
No, they're small compared to a Northgate.
Not at all. Oh, okay, in terms of capacity, not this. Some of them are big.
I'm talking about the capacity.
20,000 Speedy.
So think about it this way. Also, I'm going to mention, sorry to cut you guys, right? Don't blame the fans as well. You know, yes, loyalty does play a big thing, but are the guys creating properties that will make me have an experience? Number one. Because you have to build the experience. You can't just say, I'm having a tour and I get there. It's the same shit you are performing, or Kong, or Taboo. Like, it doesn't, like, you have to create an experience where I have to believe and buy into it, and where I'm going to have to say, this is where I'm planning to be. So number one. Also, number two, our artists don't plan. I'm telling you, most of our artists don't know what they're doing this time next year, 2021. This time. Because there's no plan.
Well, this is like Corona that come in and ruffle your plans, you know?
Yes, I don't even plan that far.
But now look at a like of a Drake or Migos or whoever. Those guys have already got sold out shows. Okay, obviously now with the epidemic, right? But they do know by the time I drop this album, I'm already sold out. Yeah, epidemic. So thank you.
But can I say something, Vigi?
Yeah.
With the artists that you're mentioning, they have label backing.
Yes.
As Universal, what are you guys doing to make your artists talk?
Wait. It's not the record label. There's differences. Scoop. It's not the record label. Scoop. Record labels the music, right? Record labels
No. The record labels do have their own tours.
Yes.
They do.
There's departments and where if you go look at the Nasty flyer, you would see it there, right?
But Universal Live.
Right? But now what I'm saying is this. It depends on what your plan is as an individual. Some guys don't have the vision of doing a tour.
I got you.
Your plan. That's what I'm saying. It's the plan of an artist. And that's it. And number 3, also, I don't like to blame fans because, let's not compare ourselves to first world countries, guys. Emzansi, we are poor. Not like we are poor. We're still trying to find ways and means to So my fans could be those guys, no, wait, let me finish.
It's got nothing to do with currency.
It has
Being a loyal fan has nothing to do with currency.
I do believe that sometimes for Vijay to do a tour, this kid, I could pop up a tour now, but this kid, he doesn't have the finances to get there. That's what I'm saying.
No.
It depends on the sponsors. The sponsors are the ones who are supposed to be helping us.
You must remember you saying, I don't want to blame the fans, but you're only referring to one thing, which is the tour. That's what I'm saying. You can't say that you don't want to blame the fans and that they don't have means. It's not you just talking about just the tour. I'm saying in general. For me to be like I'm a DJ Vigilante fan, it doesn't cost me a single cent. And
it doesn't cost you a single cent, yes, true.
It doesn't cost me a single cent. Say like I really fuck with Vigilante and I know that like in 3 years when I'm out of Austin, I do make a bit of money, I'll try go to a show. That doesn't cost you a cent.
So but okay. For me now I have to think to be innovative.
No, but now you're contradicting yourself, Speedy, because you just said now that if I have 1,000 followers, I need those 1,000 followers to convert that into money. You can't say that it costs me nothing to be a fan because you want those same fans to then convert that into buying ticket sales. That's what Vij is talking about, is that I can be a fan. I can gladly sit back and be like, yo, Scoop is the best. Yo, Speedy, I'm gonna be there and tweet him the whole day. But I can tweet him because maybe I have free Twitter for the month. But I can't afford to buy a ticket to go to a show.
So and also, you just said we can't compare ourselves to first world countries, but used Migos and Drake as an example.
Wow, well, I was just saying, they already have a plan. So for me,
but you can't compare them because we just said third world country and first world country.
Okay, cool,
you
my
can't
nigga.
compare the two.
Cool, my nigga. Number 1, what are your big artists doing? Do you think they know what they're doing for the next 2 years?
I don't disagree.
I'll compare them.
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you.
We know. When you look at
Vigi,
Vigi,
I don't disagree with you that our artists don't plan well.
Yeah.
However, there are discrepancies in the way you are trying to prove a point. I don't disagree with you that our artists don't plan.
Cool. My bad for using the Migos and the Drake, right? But for me, it's those. If you look at those kind of structures, as being a big guy, as an AKA or a Casper, you understand? And the Nasties. Do I have a tour website where it's already got these things planned way ahead, where the fans are supposed to know way ahead, people can start saving, people can afford, our brand's tapping into it. Am I creating this amazing content? Do you understand? I don't think our artists are at that point. No, they're not.
I think that is a major key. I think that is beautiful. And also, if you look at the States, a guy like Spike Lee, a very decorated director who has money, there's things like GoFundMe accounts.
Definitely.
Where people can help you to make a movie. We haven't tapped into all the avenues of making dreams come true. Because here, niggas don't want to be seen sweating.
Definitely.
And on the subject of fans, these niggas have got money. The cars, the jewelry, the houses. Their fans are supporting, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay, guys.
Also another thing.
Radio.
Another thing is the respect. The respect element where I look at in the US, right? In the US, they wouldn't tell an OG, right? ASAP Mob can do a tour and bring out a
VG, leave the US. First world, third world. You said it.
Okay, my bad again.
All right, guys, catch up on Thursday. Thank you for tuning in. Please keep subscribing. One love.
Why are you cutting us? Why?
Why?
Why are you cutting us?
Why?
Are you in a rush? No, the two people are not in a rush. Noni, are you in a rush?
Noni has to go.
Okay. I do have to go, but I've got like 5 minutes.
Do we have one more topic?
5 minutes.
No, we don't.
We do.
Yo, I want to say something. Guys, Zinga's album, no title to it yet. Artwork is still being approved, featuring Makwa, Wizkid. Fucking Wizkid. The track is amazing. 10 joints. 1 to 5 is English, 6 to 10 is vernacular. Production by Tweezy, fucking Zucci, and so many more guys. It's such a dope project. And yeah.
Whose album? Sorry, I didn't get the name. Whose album?
Zinga's album. I want to know.
EP.
Oh, EP. Why do you get the exclusives when you're not a DJ? Because I saw you got the scoop pack.
Live.
I'll tell you why.
It's the energy.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because let me tell you why.
Tell them.
Because I use my platform, Instagram and Twitter, to promote artists and not myself only.
And podcast.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys do that.
Bye.
Except when you're on radio.
That's my avenue.
Truth be told,
I'm just saying. You asked the question, I'm answering. And Speedy's saying bye.
and truth be told, Scoop, I do believe that it's always the energy, you know. Maybe
you guys was going to FaceTime.
Are probably more friendlier with you, more open, you know, when they're like, oh, VG, hey, hot man, I you know what I mean? It happens, you know what I mean? So more people are like, Scoop is such an open, friendly guy as to the other people.
Scoop got love, VG. He uses his platform to promote other people except himself. Clean.
Yeah, and we're promoting everyone on the podcast, but man.
Scoop, we wanna know that we want the inside scoop on the scoop pack. That's what we want.
Give us the scoop next Thursday. Scoop.
Yeah. By the way, Scoop.
All
right, what cut it? Let's just cut it.
No, by the way, what? Finish now.
I was gonna say, by the way, since you interviewed the whole Black Coffee this past week, right? This past week that you had. Did you see people going at him just for the LV thing? Do you feel like we are really entitled?
Very much so. And it's like we in this vibe. People love to see someone getting stoned.
Yeah.
They love to see someone being put down. I mean, look at me today. My posts were promoting Proverb and Salvin. My posts were promoting Stay, a nigga that has nothing to do with hip hop. My posts were shouting out Zinger, and they took them down. They just wanna fuck with you. And Black Coffee is raising money right now with his platform where he's playing and raising money for the whole country. Yeah. He even says in the interview that his manager said, but your brand is gonna suffer. You can't do this every week. Coffee was like, dude, fuck the brand. This is my people, they need me. Secondly, he's putting so much money into artists' pocket. Thirdly, he's building a whole school for art, clothing, and music. And then these motherfuckers, and it's worse because the guy who called him out, his name is Craig Jacobs. He makes clothing, but he's also a writer for the Times. Niggas, stick to a lane. Crazy enough, this Craig Jacobs, I was wearing his suit at Black Coffee's luncheon. But like, word.
Did you say
are you a designer?
Yeah.
Are you a designer or are you here to cut celebrities down? Is he mad that he wasn't invited? What is his beef?
Could be. Definitely. He's definitely mad. There's not an explanation.
And you must understand, Coffee and Virgil Abloh are managed and are in the same agency.
Yeah. And
Virgil is now running Louis Vuitton. Virgil says, yo, hold this pack, my nigga, during this corona. It's my nigga Virgil. You see him as the off-white Louis Vuitton guy. It's just my nigga.
True.
Haters go hate.
True. Yeah. I guess we're gonna wake up to what must fall again.
All right, go to radio.
Yeah, we'll check you guys out on Thursday. Hopefully, we'll see which is going to be the battle for this week. I hope it's going to be spicy.
I think I know.
Yo, the battle for this week is J Molley and Big Hash, and Big Hash's track to answer J Molley.
Beep, 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 beep.
I'm out.